What is up, my buttery biscuits? A disclaimer before we get into this video, I feel like I'm going to be talking at the speed of light or the speed of sound, whatever one's faster, I really don't know. For the first time, well, not the first time, this is probably my third time, but I guess semi on an empty stomach, I am trying the Celsius mix-in powder. As you guys know, I love my Celsius, but I'm balling on a budget these days. I'm low-key broke. So I found these little Celsius like mix-in powders. I like how I looked over at it as if like you guys can see it. It's a little mix in powder, kind of like Crystal Light, you know what I mean? But it's Celsius. I feel like it's stronger than the actual can. Like I'm like over here, my heart is beating fast. I'm like, whoa, I'm gonna be talking so fast within today's video. Those are way cheaper than the actual Celsius. So I'm like, I think I'm gonna get those, but my stomach was just a little bit too empty because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm literally sweating right now. I'm literally sweating. It's not even that hot today. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Anyways, as you guys can tell by the title of today's video, we're going to be talking about Jeffree Star and Manny Mua. This one is a trip. This is so far out of left field because I feel like we haven't heard anything about them two in years. I think it's been since like, what was it, like 2017 or something like that, 2016. It's been a hot minute. Well, recently Jeffree Star was on a Rich Lux live on TikTok and he did bring up, well, I guess people in the comments were bringing it up, but he did touch on the topic as to why their friendship ended. But then he also did say something that has me super, super curious, is he did say that he can't really talk about things as far as there's like legal stuff involved with it. So I'm like, what could there have been? Like, I wonder if there's NDAs or something, you know what I mean, signed on both ends. I'm really curious. So we're going to be talking about that within today's video. If you guys have not seen well, okay, I'm still debating if I'm going to like make this a like reoccurring thing, but I'm trying to make every single Sunday a like recap podcast. I'm calling it the Sip and Spill, just in case you guys haven't seen. I do want to say last week's episode didn't do too well as far as views, but the people that checked it out seem to have really loved it. I received so much good feedback, and it's been a hot minute since I've received like really good feedback on a video. So that's kind of like encouraging me to keep it going, but obviously it really does depend upon views. So if you guys haven't seen that, make sure you guys go check it out. I have to say, I was really excited that like my friends were texting me and saying, you need to keep this up. It was so fun, and it just felt like we were there catching up on all the gossip with you. And y'all, I'm just keeping it real. I feel like a lot of my friends don't really watch too many of my videos because they're not into like the beauty space and stuff like that. So I was like, oh wow. Or not even just the beauty space, but I guess like pop culture in general. So it was really nice for them to like support and say this was really good. And it didn't even feel like 45 minutes. And y'all know it's an insecurity of mine that I like ramble way too much, and once I get going I'm just like I can't stop, you know. So it felt really good of people saying like, oh my gosh, you should make this longer. Like 45 minutes was enough. I was like, oh my gosh. For the longest time here on YouTube, people have told me like, can you hurry up and get to the point, can you stop rambling? And then people will talk about me in a Reddit forum and be like, oh my gosh, like I like his videos but he rambles way too much. And I'm just like, y'all, just keeping it real with you guys. If you guys are looking for somebody who like is just directly straight into like the news or whatever the topic is, then go over to Spill Sesh. Y'all know who Spill Sesh is, and obviously like she doesn't show her face, she doesn't show her personality, she doesn't, you know, like interact, I guess I would say. She literally just reports on what's happening. If you guys are looking for something like that, there's those videos. Obviously with me, you're gonna get a little bit of everything. It's just, that's just who I am, you know what I mean? So anyways, make sure you guys go check that out. Go show some love. I do have another one coming this Sunday, so make sure you guys turn on your notifications so you guys see that. One more thing I promise before we get into this video is I am uploading my old FBF looks onto TikTok. I don't know why, I just recently thought about it because I'm like, yo, I have some ideas. I'm going to talk about this in my little podcast, but I have some ideas of what I want to do, but I'm trying to like post old makeup videos to see if my TikTok account will get traction with makeup videos, because I'm like, look, if it picks up views, then this is something that I'm going to continue to do. But I'm just keeping it so real with you guys. Like I'm at the point in my life right now to where if I'm not making money doing it, then I'm just not going to do it. If y'all don't know this, I feel like I've never talked about this before, but when it came down to my snack inspired makeup looks, no brand has ever reached out to me to like pay me. Everything that I done was completely free. Sour Patch Kids did put me on their PR list. Taco Bell put me on their PR list, but I was never paid. Taco Bell did technically give me like $100 worth of gift cards. That's pretty much it, but I never got physically paid for it. And I'm at the point now to where I'm like, if I'm not making money from it, like I just don't have the time to do it. Back then I was younger and I was just trying to do something creative and express my, you know, artistry. You know what I mean? That's where now I'm like, yo, I gotta make money. If it does pick up though on TikTok, I will bring that back, like for sure, because I do have some ideas. But like I said, I'll talk about it within the podcast. So anyways, let me not ramble too much as usual, as you guys know I normally do. Let's go ahead and get into the topic. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to head down to the link down below to my second channel, which is my travel channel. We have new videos every single Sunday. Go show some love over there, and let's go ahead and get into it. Y'all, I don't know what is inside this Celsius mixed drink. Ooh, it got me going through. I'm like literally dripping sweat. Like, not to be so nasty, but like, y'all, there is drips of sweat coming off my elbow as I'm holding up my phone right here. I'm like, yeah, that's not normal. It's like 74 degrees today. It's not even hot. Also, too, before we get into this, do you guys have any friends who, y'all, I love my friends to death. I really do. But sometimes I'm just like, whoa, it's too much. Do you guys have any friends out there who just can't send one message? Or, you know what? I would even go as far as to say three. You know what I mean? Do you guys have any friends that are like that? Because I feel like I have a couple friends who like have to send 9 messages back to back to back to back to back. And I'm like, this could have been one message, maybe up to even 3, but like 9. Y'all, when I was doing my intro, I was like over here trying so hard not to get sidetracked because my phone was like blowing up. I was like, damn, what's happening? And my homegirl had texted me and I was like 9 messages literally. And I look at it and I'm like, 3 words, 2 words, 1 word, 3 words. I'm like, whoa. And on top of that too, the iPhone has edit now. I'm like, oh my gosh. Sometimes I'm just like, ooh. Especially me, because I get like so sidetracked so easily. I'm like, can y'all just send me one damn message? Anyways, y'all, before we get into this, I do want to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of context about the situation in case you guys did not know what had happened with Jeffree Star and Manny Mua, because I low-key kind of forgot about this too. I am not going to be reading this full timeline article from Teen Vogue. If you guys are super interested in reading all about everything again, they literally have a timeline article. You guys can go into Google and type in Teen Vogue, Manny Mua, Jeffree Star, and then it should pop up. I was like low-key looking at this and I was like, okay, I want to read part of this article, but I'm like, woo, it goes on and on and on. So it's like, if you guys are really interested in all the details, if you guys don't remember, go ahead and check this out. I'm only going to be reading like the first 2 paragraphs. So, and it's literally even titled this: Everything to Know About the Drama Between Jeffree Star, Manny Mua, Gabriel Zamora, and Laura Lee. This is what it says right here. If you're a devoted fan of the beauty vlogger community, it's nearly impossible to miss the drama between Jeffree Star, Manny Mua, Gabriel Zamora, and Laura Lee. Jeffree, Manny, and Laura were known to their fans as a trio, and were often seen on social media spending time together, but that soon changed after Laura and Manny allegedly turned on Jeffree and joined forces with Gabriel. The rift started after past racist comments from Jeffree resurfaced, although fans later revealed that Laura, Manny, and Gabriel had some skeletons of their own. And since then, it's been a whirlwind of tear-filled videos, apology tours, and surprising new alliances. There's no denying how hard this frenemy drama can be to keep up with, so we created a timeline of the drama between the on and off again crew. Scroll down for more. I'm going to read like the first, like just 1 paragraph of this. So this is what it says right here. In November of 2017, Jeffree posted a picture on Twitter with the caption, "Walking into my ex-best friend's funeral, like." Jeffree also went on to say that he had been working on himself and had removed a lot of negative people from his life. Many friends speculated Jeffree was referring to other vloggers in the tweet. One fan even responded by saying Laura, Manny, Nikita. Because if you guys do not remember during this time, y'all, I feel like this blew up on Twitter. I want to say it was deleted, where Gabriel Zamora did post a picture of all of them. I want to say it was Laura Lee, Manny Mua, Nikita Dragon, and Gabriel. I want to say, was there somebody else? Maybe there was somebody else. I don't know. I'll post up a picture right here as to where they were all flipping off the camera, and Gabriel had posted on that tweet saying the bitch is bitter that we're better off without him or better off without them. I forgot exactly what the words were, but obviously everyone knew that it was towards Jeffree. I want to say this before jumping into the actual audio clip from Rich's live. I feel like it's so crazy to me that Jeffree finds it so difficult to own up to what he has done. I feel like even within my personal life, y'all, there's a couple people that I'm not talking to, and look, I know that I played a role in that. I feel like, yes, the reason why we stopped talking, they probably did me a little bit more dirty, you know what I'm saying? But obviously, I may have done something that led up to that, and I could hold myself responsible for that and acknowledge my wrongdoings. Every single time that I hear Jeffree talk about something, I'm like, I don't know what it is about him. No matter who he's talking to on a podcast, he literally likes to play the victim in everything and really act like he hasn't done anything wrong. And you guys know that I'm just really mutual with Jeffree. I'm mutual with everybody. I'm like, I literally have no friends in the industry. I don't talk to anyone, and I'm just kind of like mutual, you know what I mean? So I have no bias whatsoever. But I feel like it's really difficult to hear this fool always talk about like, oh, they did this, this, and this, and it's like, but you did something too. In my personal opinion, look, don't you guys think that if there is a group photo with everyone not liking this one person, don't you think that that person did something a little bit wrong? Because I'm so sorry, but even within my group of friends, it is highly, highly unlikely that all of my friends are going to get together in a picture, flip me off, and make something like a subliminal tweet towards me without any of them confronting me, without one of them trying to have my back, without one of them trying to mend the situation. Do you know what I mean? And that leads me to believe that Jeffree Star actually did do something wrong. And if we're being really real here, it's like clearly he had a lot of ups and downs with his friendship. So obviously, what's the common denominator there? You know what I mean? I'm not saying Jeffree's fully in the wrong here. Obviously, I'm sure Manny MUA probably did something wrong. I'm sure Laura Lee probably did something wrong. Obviously, Manny MUA and Gabriel Zamora had their own falling out, and then Manny was like called out for being a social climber and whatnot. Do you know what I mean? There's all these things that go into it, but I feel like every single time Jeffree talks about it, it's just like he victimizes himself so much, and I'm like, okay, boo, just keep it real and say that you did this, isn't that wrong, but then they did this wrong too. Do you know what I mean? Rather than just sitting there just victimizing yourself. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and play the audio clip right now from Rich's live, so go ahead and check that out.
Look, I see people asking about other ex-friends. The thing was why I don't ever mention those people is they're just so uninteresting. And it's just a typical backstabbing type friendship. Mine just happened to be online. And if anyone wants to know the real truth of why me and Manny are not friends, ask him.
There you go.
It's one of those things that's legally tricky, and it's just not worth it. Everyone saw what those people did to me. That was so long ago. Remember the middle finger picture that ruined their careers?
Bitches is
and they're
bitter.
all back together again, I heard, and it's like, I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
But pieces of shit always stick together. Yes, live goal. See that at work.
This is going off. Whoa.
About me, because I never did anything to him. I only gave him great friendship, love, respect, helped him with his business, helped him start his brand, did his whole merch line. Y'all don't see the pattern. You go through friends quick. No, I'm at the top, and people go through me quick.
So as you can hear from right there, he said it's one of those things that it's just legally tricky, and I'm just like, I wonder what it could have been. I'm only thinking that it's like an NDA. Like, what else could it be? Because I don't think that their collaboration had anything to do with it. Honestly, y'all, I know everyone always says, like, you shouldn't speculate, but it is what it is. We're going to speculate. What are your guys' speculations about this? Because I'm really thinking, what could it be that there's, like, legally, like, tricky? Do you know what I mean? I'm like, y'all are just two friends that didn't work out. That's just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So, like, what is it? Also, too, do you guys like how he emphasized, if you guys want to know why me and Manny are no longer speaking, ask him. You know what I mean? So I'm like, normally Jeffree has absolutely no problem talking about anything. Look what he just recently did about James Charles. He went onto the Dumb Blonde podcast, and y'all, he went in on James Charles. So I'm like, he wasn't worried about like anything legal then. You know what I mean? While all of a sudden with Manny, I am just so curious what it is. I'm really curious too, like, as to if they're ever going to mend any type of friendship, y'all. And I'm just saying, I think it would low-key be a little bit iconic if he were to go on the Full Coverage podcast. I think that would be a trip. Obviously, I'm sure this ship has sailed, and I don't think that they'll ever talk again because it's been years now. But you never know. Like, maybe in the future they'll talk about something. I don't know. Also, too, while we're talking about this, do you guys ever know, like, what the situation was between Patrick Star and Manny MUA? I don't know why this, like, literally just lit a light bulb up in my head right now that I'm like, did I ever find out what happened to them? I know that they stopped talking. I know that they ended up making amends. I think that Patrick Star tried to do a podcast too, and then Manny MUA went on there, but then they, like, still don't really talk. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, I wonder what happened. I almost feel like they just kind of, like, I don't know, brushed everything under the rug and we're just kind of like, okay, we're cool, whatever. But then they're like, no, there's still something there. I feel like they're holding on to something. Do you guys know what it is? I'm really curious. Anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.